Hello, everybody. Psycho back. Your bad influencer telling you things you don't want to know and showing you things you don't want to see. And today I met this kid who, well, his parents are Christians, but he tends more to atheism, and I cannot blame him because I found that religions, made especially the so many debates between so many religions, make young kids confused, and it makes them doubt than get them closer to God. So again, officially he's a Christian, but he said he tends towards atheism because he cannot believe all these things that religious claim. And obviously nobody is there to explain things to him in a nice way. Religious people tend to judge over, try to explain things in a way that your counterpart, the person you're talking to, understands. And I hope that is what I'm managing to do, as you've seen in the other video. And I hope I manage in this one again. Here's what happened.
Are you Muslim?
No.
Okay. So, because many Muslims in Malaysia, right?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
there are.
So
How do you like Philippines so far?
I love it. Are you Filipino?
No.
You're actually Malay.
I'm Chinese Malaysian.
Cool. So, you
Yes.
speak Chinese?
No, I don't.
Okay. I don't speak any Malay, so I'm sorry. I should learn
It's okay.
some Malay.
It's okay. How long have you been in the Philippines?
11 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I live here now. So, like, what's your religion? I'm just curious. Not no judgment.
Christian.
You're Christian. Okay, cool. So Chinese and Malay, and you're
Yes.
Christian. Very unusual.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Well, I think it's cool.
It definitely is. Supernatural?
Yeah, yeah. I love. Actually, I've been researching like all religions, supernatural, fringe science stuff. What do you call that? Quantum physics. I've been researching all that stuff, like cryptids, all kinds of stuff for like 30 plus years. So I'm very well familiar in all those areas.
I see.
I'm interested in politics, but not as deeply. So I have my opinions, but nah. What's did you have any like supernatural encounters or something?
No. I actually... That's actually a TV show.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. Loved it, by the way.
And I have that as my favorite. Because I like the show. I really like it a lot.
Would you believe that a lot of it is actually very, very close to reality? I'll always remember there was this one episode, and they were doing this group of teens. They were doing like they found this book, and it has magic incantations.
Yes.
I'm not sure if they knew, but they used actual incantations in the series.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in a long time yet.
Yeah, no, I've seen the whole series. So I never managed to watch it twice because it's like too many seasons, and I have stuff to do. But yeah, I do love it, and like I said, it's very, very close to actual reality.
Yep.
I very much enjoy that they're making fun of the ghost hunters. You know those two guys, the ghost chasers?
Yes. Dean and Sam.
No. The other two, like the nerdy guys, the two dodos, that Dean and Sam were actually making fun of them.
Oh yes, yeah, that one.
The ghost chasers, yeah.
Yep, I know.
And I very much agree with that because you know the realistically the supernatural, it can be, if you chase after it can be very dangerous. So a lot of these real life ghost hunters, I think like They don't really know what they're getting themselves into. So I very much enjoyed that part where they were actually mocking them, and it's more on chasing views, chasing social media than actually knowing what they're doing. Most of them really
Yep,
don't.
I know that. I know that.
So yeah, that's cool, man. So I actually have had encounters with the supernatural like several times.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it never really scared me. It's creepy. Every time it's gonna be creepy, but and it wasn't by choice. I wasn't actually chasing after it, but I thought it was interesting more than anything else. It stays creepy, but I found it very interesting. And I gather you believe in ghosts?
No.
Ah, how come?
I mean, I watch Supernatural just for fun, just for
Hmm.
entertainment. I'm not a firm believer of everything. I mean, like all of my interests, whether I believe in them, is curated
Hmm.
into what I believe aligns with what my reality is perceived as. So yeah, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in reincarnation. I don't believe in hell. I don't believe in a lot of stuff, to be honest.
But you're a Christian, and again, no judgment. I'm just curious about you.
Yes, I am Christian,
Hmm.
but I actually haven't been practicing my religion lately.
Hmm.
So yeah, so I find it hard to believe that these exists.
Okay, so based on the multiverse theory and the fact, or at least fact, the theories that there are multiple dimensions covering, excuse me, the same time and space as us. Be quiet. That's my dog. He's complaining. So wouldn't that kind of sort of prove that there could be a different dimension that we could call hell, or you don't believe in that at all? Even the scientific part of it.
I don't believe in it. No matter how much research we put in,
Hmm.
I don't believe in it because, to be honest, I actually haven't been aligning myself with Christianity. I've
Hmm.
been aligning myself with atheism. So I believe that if we die, we just die. We don't exist anymore. There
Okay.
is no second dimension. There is no reincarnation. There's no another world. There's no another life. Like this is our one shot in chance. And also, most of these scientific facts, even if you try to prove them that they are religious, they like this and that, it still requires basic science and basic biology to do some research with it. You can't just have faith in it as well. Like
Actually,
faith is important, but
hmm well,
faith is
for me, and I actually believe that they are closely related because, and I'll give you an example. Scientifically, right? You do believe in science, right?
yes.
Okay. Scientifically, nothing comes from nothing, right? So if there's nothing, no event can occur if there is no trigger to it, right? Okay. So the Big Bang. If there was
Big
nothing,
Bang.
because this is proven, the universe was empty. So how did the Big Bang occur if there was for eons there was nothing, and all of a sudden there were these two atoms that were like sort of very far away. They were bouncing around through this empty space, and then all of a sudden they just hit each other, and two atoms at high speed, and it created the Big Bang, created the universe, created life, and then not just life but sentient life.
Well, yes, okay. God might exist, then God will exist. But who created God? How did God come to be? Who is the first human being? Like who birthed God?
Okay,
Who's
well,
the first?
there is no need to birth God because he's energy. He's like spirit. Um, uh, as you may well know through science, energy never dies out. It just changes form, right? So my idea is that God is a form of energy, sentient energy, and it changes form through something I don't know yet, and we haven't proven because even science cannot prove everything yet. For example, deja vu. The that you have a feeling, hey, I've seen this before. I've just experienced this already. That science has proven it to be real. They just don't know how to explain it scientifically. So there are things that science cannot explain. So again, personal belief based on research, God is a form of energy, and it chose at certain point to create this Big Bang. And I do believe that the Big Bang is proven scientifically, and I do believe that the universe expanded exactly as science explains. So I am not. I think that if you just focus on religion, you're missing a whole lot. So I think science, the scientific explanation is very important. But I think if nothing comes from nothing, then there must have been something that triggered it. So if God is perpetual energy, sentient energy, that is most likely what would have triggered a Big Bang to create an actual universe that is still pulsating and expanding. Again, you don't have to agree. I'm just sharing my personal opinion. I'm not here to convince you on anything, right? So, like I said, it's not a debate or anything. I don't like to do that. I'm just curious about how people think, and I share my views. But at the end of our conversation, we don't absolutely do not have to agree. So I'm not here to convince anybody into anything.
I personally don't believe in religion. I find it hard to believe in religion.
Well, religion, I don't believe in it either as a concept, because I think if you read any holy book, right? Most of it is history. I see it as history with certain rules. People tend to, and I think for me, that's part of the reason why a lot of, especially young people who start thinking for themselves, they have doubts and then eventually choose atheism, is because it's not explained to them properly. Because religion is telling you, you believe in God, that's it, and you go like, yeah, but wait a minute, how about my brain that's thinking and that says I cannot explain this, and you won't explain it to me, so it makes no sense. You know what I mean? Even the fact with Adam and Eve being the first humans, I really don't believe that. I think there have been other, and this is scientifically proven. We have found skeletons of other humanoids before us. So I don't think that religion and science need to be excluding each other. But I think if science f- tries more to open their minds towards the religious explanation, and religion opens their minds to the scientific explanation, somewhere in the middle, that's the actual truth. So, okay, what made you, for example, what made you decide to tend towards atheism? You don't believe that there could be like an eternal form of energy or like a spiritual being somewhere out there?
No, everything is formed by science and math. Like the world we see in today, the world we live in today, the technology we use today, it's all by science and math, as said. And I just find it absurd because not only do I find lack of faith in God, but I find it like interesting and funny that how heavily we relied on God a lot,
Hmm.
as if like it's a part of our nature. Like let's say, like there's let's say there's a guy, all right? There's a guy, and then he has just been cured by the hospital,
Hmm.
all right? And who do the patients thank? The patients thank God. But if the patient dies, then who will the family blame it on? They will blame it on the doctor. So that's the thing, right? And also Titanic, all right?
Uh-huh.
I've seen a lot of people say that Titanic sank. It's not just because of an iceberg, but
Act
someone
of God.
lacked. But someone also said that God does not exist. And so, what did they say? They say God sunk the
Act of
Titanic.
God. Yeah, yeah.
God sank the Titanic because he he wanted to punish him. But God
For
should have punished him, not the other people stuck on the boat.
well, yes and no. And again, you're actually proving my point, because what you're explaining, and I get your point. I absolutely get your point, and I understand where you're coming from, and that's why I tend to blame any religion that they don't know how to explain it correctly. So again, people who think for themselves, such as yourself, they tend to start saying, "Wait a minute, but if this God of yours is super nice and super benevolent and he loves everybody, so why do all these bad things happen?" Right? Well, my view of God is different. My view is that, okay, let's assume for a moment that there is a God and he created all of us, right? By that definition, because he is the creator, he owns us. So whatever he does, we have to accept. Um, and I believe God is just, but not necessarily all loving. I think that's a human trait, and I think humans tend to do that in order to get more people to believe in whatever religion they're preaching to you, than actually uh, giving you a real depiction of this entity that is God. An example, when this is in the Torah, this is in the Bible, this is in the Quran, this is so Moses, right? He was pulled out of captivity, and he did those battle things with the Egyptian priests, and the priests could not keep up anymore, and they said, okay, he must worship the boss God. Fine. So they left, and so he parted the Red Sea, right? So all the Hebrews they went through, and as the Pharaoh and his army was walking, riding, whatever, behind the Hebrews on the Red Sea closed, and all of them died. So you have to imagine the terror those people felt. You have to imagine the mothers left without sons. You have to imagine the sons left without fathers, the wives without husbands. So it's a terrible event, basically. And the whole thing, the whole reason for that is because God did that. God told Moses in advance, I'm going to harden the Pharaoh's heart. You're going to go there, you're going to ask him to leave, and he's going to say no. I'm already telling you this because I'm the one who's going to make him say no. So, and then just to prove a point. So, to believe that God is this super sweet guy, super loving deity, it makes no sense because it is proven that he can be terrifying. I believe it is justice because he decides what is right and wrong. He created the whole thing. But what especially Christians what they're trying to teach you, like all loving God, that is not true. Even in the Bible. I think that that may make more sense to you than an all-loving God who allows all these bad things to happen. Am I right? And again, you don't have to
Yeah.
believe. I mean, just logically thinking.
Well, to be honest, I'm not good in like constructing criticisms. I'm not good in constructing ideas
Uh-huh.
because I actually just proclaim as an atheist like not so long ago. I do not believe in what the so-called energy is, what these so-called histories
But
are,
okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Please continue. Sorry.
nor do I believe in gods.
Okay.
That's
But
what I would.
but is there a reason for it, or you just decided not to believe?
I just decided not to believe, and I've been questioning myself. Why do I have to like give my whole life to worship out a spiritual being?
Mm-hmm.
And why do I have to live by his rules when clearly the earth is very big? Like there are so many things that we have. We have personal freedom, we have personal will to do all these things. And yet, why do I have to listen to what the book says or on what is legal or illegal? And if I don't believe in them, why do I have to go to hell? Like I've been trapped in that loop
Let, let, let
for
me let me explain it a little bit. So, if you don't do what your parents say as a child, you may, and if you're like a very rebellious kid, out of control, what happens? Many times, children like that they are given to the state, and they end up um, being, under like state supervision because they're out of control. The parents cannot control them. So even with your parents, you have to do as they say and act the way they teach you. So that's why, because he is the creator, we belong to him. So we have to free will is a bit tricky because free will basically it gives you this much space, and within this space you can move freely. But outside that space, where the laws of God kick in, that's when it's very important to start following. So you have a little bit of wiggle room, but outside of that, you still have to believe and worship the one that demands worship.
All
Does that
right,
make sense?
then why doesn't karma happen a lot? Why why doesn't karma happen a lot to me? Like he's watching us down below.
Hmm.
Why doesn't karma happen a lot? Why don't bad incidents happen a lot? Like why do we still live? Like why is he keeping us in this trap state even though we don't listen to him? Even though we don't want to focus on what he tells us in the Bible?
Because maybe he's giving you a chance. Have you ever heard of this phrase when good people die, and then somebody who always did good things and he dies way too early, and then people say, God, why do you always take the good ones? Maybe because the bad ones are still here to prove to him that they may still be saved. Is that a possibility?
All right, so we won't go to heaven if we do good things, but we will go to hell if we do bad things.
Oh yeah, punishment and reward, no? Don't your parents do the same? As you're growing up, don't they reward you when you're a good kid, you get good grades, so they buy you toys and they buy you clothes and give you a nicer room. If you disobey, they're not gonna buy you toys. They're gonna punish you. Isn't that the same thing?
Well, yes, but as we grow up,
Uh-huh.
like all of these fates, all of these things will be counted into the final end.
Hmm.
And so that is when God wants to punish us just because we did a mistake 30 years ago.
No, no,
And
that's not entirely true. You can still be forgiven.
yes, but why do I keep seeing lots of people saying that people still go to hell over this, and who still do this, they still go to hell?
That's an assumption because we don't know how the ruling will be. It's like going to court, right? You don't know how the judge will rule, either in your favor or not.
Like
Um,
so even if you're innocent, also you might still go to jail, something
yeah,
like
but
that.
that's no. I mean, um, whether you did it or not, regardless, you go to court and you don't know how it's going to play out. You're going to do your best to prove your innocence, and then the judge will eventually get all the facts together and pass judgment. So telling you, if you don't believe in God, you go to hell, that's personal assumption. Yeah, there are some scriptures that tell you that, but there is also a lot of leeway because he does forgive, also based on scriptures. So don't always assume that whatever believers or religious people tell you that it's always the correct thing. That's why I've done my own research, because I don't believe what the priests tell me. I don't believe what other people who supposedly believe in God tell me, because they cannot know. We will only know when we're there and judgment is passed. We can only believe because there is no proof until we actually get there. So my reasoning is, okay, let's assume that there is no God. There is no God, and I believe that there is a God. So I'm trying my very best to do good things and live a good life and be nice to everybody, right? And then it turns out that there is no God. At least I didn't lose anything. I was a nice person. I had many friends. I did good things. Yay. I died and there was no God. Nothing happened. But what if you believe there is no God and there is a God, and then you do all these bad things and you do all these things because I just feel like it, and then there is a God, then you're going to be punished. So it's better to just assume there is a God just in case, and do good deeds and follow these laws, because they're not actually very hard to follow. Religion tells you they're hard to follow, but if you actually bother to read all the scriptures, it's not that hard. So if I follow just a few things and I'm being a good guy, by definition I have every chance to get into heaven, more than these people who are judging you. And because in the Bible, in the Quran, everywhere it says we should not judge, he will judge. So these people judging you, that's the people who will end up in hell before you.
All right. So we
Makes
also
sense, no?
have, yes, we also have our personal statements
Mm-hmm.
on, like, Christians, Muslims, Buddhists,
Mm-hmm.
Hindus. They have their own beliefs on what what they believe on how they found the earth. Like, let's say, like, Christians say Jesus was born and he created mankind. His father was the founder of earth, and Muslims will say Muhammad is the founder of earth. Allah is the founder of earth, and the Hindus will say that their god Devi is the founder of earth, and Buddhist people also say that their their leader is the founder of earth. So at the end, like, which god is real? Which god exists?
Okay. Uh, if you research Hinduism, Hinduism also believes in one God. One is the creator. The other gods are avatars, like incarnation of God. God who chooses, because he's all powerful, as a spirit, as energy, an all powerful energy, can manifest into anything he wants. So Hindus worship different avatars, different incarnations of God, but they still believe in one creator. So Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Sikhism, they all believe in the one God, in the creator. Buddhism, they don't believe in a God. They actually follow the teaching of Buddha. Buddhism is more on a, because Buddha was a person. Buddhism is more on a way of life than an actual religion worshiping some God. So that's a bit different. But all of the religions, if you do your research, which I've done, worship the one God, the Creator, whether they know it or not. And Jesus is absolutely not God. Jesus is also a creation of the Creator.
Yeah, well, I just said that his father was God,
Uh-huh.
and who created the world?
Well, created is, again, this is why Christians don't always make sense, or any religion. He just made it. I believe it was created, but it was created through the Big Bang. And in the Big Bang, it is explained how the earth was formed. I believe that God, like I said, this perpetual energy, this sentient perpetual energy, created the circumstance. So the Big Bang. So as he created the circumstance, through that, all these planets and the whole universe and the moons and the suns and everything was formed. And then he chose, because I don't believe we are the only planet with life. I think there's a lot of life out there. And he chose where to put life and how to divide it. And humans, like scientists, they believe that they're always looking for life on other planets that is carbon based because we are carbon based. But how do you know it's not a silicon based life? How do we know it's not a different type of life that we don't even understand? So saying we're looking for life because it looks like us, that's not a necessity. That doesn't compute to me, because life can form in many different forms. So even scientists are for me lacking by small thinking than saying, hey, let's open our minds and say, what if there's a different life form that we don't even understand? So again, created the earth doesn't mean he actually put it together into a ball of dirt and then there you go. He created the circumstance. God creates circumstance. Even karma is basically, you're gonna encounter lots of bad stuff, right, or good stuff depending on your karma. He creates the circumstance, and then you encounter all that stuff throughout your life because it is written for you.
All right. So wait, what was I about to say again? Hold on. Never mind. Wait, never mind. I forgot. But
Okay,
anyways,
okay.
well, my, my parents just woke up. My
Okay.
mom just woke up.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I have to go right now.
Okay,
I had a good talk with you though.
I enjoyed it as well.
So,
Good night, brother.
you too. Oh, wait, no. Okay, just one last question. All
Go,
right.
go, please.
How do you think the world will end? Like, do you think the world will end because a meteor will strike down, or either like the economy or political tensions or wars will keep increasing?
I think it's not just one way. Let me give you some background, and again, choose what you believe. I've had somebody I'm very close to who has visions of future, and so this person saw the end of the world and explained it to me. Here's the funny thing: many years later, I met another person who was an actual atheist because he told me the same thing. I could not believe in God. If all these bad things happen, there cannot be a benevolent God. So he did not believe until one night he had this dream about the end of the world, and the way he explained it to me was very, very similar to what this other person told me, who did not even know each other at all. So the way it's probably, as per these visions, the way it's probably going to manifest, there will be wars. There will, because of course that's creating circumstance. So you create animosity, and then people fight each other, they kill each other. But supposedly, are you familiar with the Hindu Vimanas from the Mahabharata? These flying machines. They call it Vimanas. So in the Hindu
Like
scripture.
1984.
No, wait. I haven't seen 1984, so I don't know. Maybe they look like chandeliers, like a rounded off pyramid.
Yeah, something like telescreens from 1984.
Yeah. So something that looks like that, they will basically come down, hover up, and then these creatures will jump down, well, fly, whatever, pick up humans, lift them up in the air, and then drop them from a high distance. So a lot of people are gonna die like that. They're gonna shoot arrows. They're gonna throw spears, like huge ones, because they're way bigger, and it's gonna like shake the ground. It's gonna, anything it hits, it will kill. That's one of the ways, but it's probably that's one of the stages, based on, again, because I've done my research. That's probably one of the stages, but I believe that there will still be wars, that there will still be hunger, because of course, when a lot of people fight, especially with the weapons we have now, the crops will be destroyed. Nobody will tend to it anymore. People are busy fighting, so everybody's gonna go hungry. There will be so many stages before it's actually completely finished. So I don't think it's a 1 day event or a 2 day event. I think it's a whole process. But based on, like I said, these people have no idea about each other. One was an actual atheist, and he became Christian because, well, his girlfriend was Christian, but he had this dream that it came out of nowhere because he did not want to believe. He said, "I don't believe in it." So I think it's a process. Just to answer your question,
All right.
it's a whole
All right.
multiple events.
I'm sorry.
All right, brother. Good night, man.
All right. You too, man. Have a good day.
Thanks.
So, what did you think about that? Did you see that at first, no matter what I said, he kind of took distance? So, look at it from a psychological perspective. He basically distanced himself from what I had to say and openly claimed, I don't believe in any of this. And then as I kept talking, while making sure he understands, I'm not there to convince him, I'm not there to prove to him anything, I'm just sharing my opinion. He became much more engaged. He started asking questions. He did not really want to leave. Obviously, his parents woke up, so yeah, he had to he had to make an exit. It was already late. But think about what you saw for a moment. I managed to bring people together because I did not show judgment. I did not show that only my religion is right, only what I have to say is right. I just shared my knowledge, best guess, best research, best whatever you want to call it. I find it very arrogant that any religion says we are the right one, because all of them claim the same. We are the right one. I'm sorry to say, no matter what, the more you try to prove me on that, the more I'm going to find reasons to debate you, because I still believe God is perfect. But I believe that any religion can be adjustable, can be changeable. Why? Because if God is all powerful, he can do whatever he wants. So just because you believe that this makes sense to you, and it may very well, I'm not debating that, but I believe that any religion can have multiple interpretations, can be messages can be given to specific people, and I've said it before, like what happened to Abraham, that he was supposed to kill his son. Last minute, God stopped him, offered the sheep, kill that one, so you don't have to kill your son, because God's word is infallible. So the moment the Lord said something has to lose its life, something did have to lose a life, but it was not a human life, it was an animal life. Innocent or not, that's debatable. I know the vegans and the animal lovers out there will say, yeah, but that's also, I agree, I'm an absolute animal lover, but that's beside the point. God wanted it that way, so be it. So why is it that Muslims every year they have to kill a sheep and do all that things? Because Abraham did that 6,000 years ago. I don't know how long. There was nowhere it was mentioned, do this from now on so you will always remember this event. Certain events have to be remembered every year, every month, every whatever. Certain things are just history. They're not meant for us to follow or to, we're just meant to learn about it, so at least we know what happened. Keep it in the back of our minds and do our own thing. All these things are misinterpreted, and so therefore no religion is 100% correct. The word of God is infallible, 100% true. Religions, no matter what, humans will always misinterpret things. They will always interpret it their own way. And if you say that, yeah, but because I know the Muslims do this, the word of God is perfect, so whatever was given, that's exactly the way, fine, was the way at that moment for you guys. Whatever was given to the Hebrews, Muslims believe they change it. I don't think so, because if it was given to the Hebrews, and if all the prophets other than Muhammad were Hebrews, by definition there was something good in there, so their religion still stands, their old ways still stand, their practices still stand, so therefore, and realistically, they're still winning wars against the Muslims. Even though they're surrounded by Muslim countries who hate them, they're still on the winning side. This must be God's will. Amen. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope I opened up your mind a little bit more. Thank you for your patience. I know the videos are very long. Thank you for watching. Think for yourself as always, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.